Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to attempt to do this live here. Um, yeah, Village, Spec Ops, but the point of the game is not necessarily Spec Ops. It is, as I've been promising lately, I'm going to talk about, well, in my Thanksgiving video, which I actually recorded tonight. I talked about, my demographics, and that's like, mainly the, what was it, 13 to 18, or 13 to 17, and then 18 to 24, I think, or 23. And so most of those guys have are just, in high school or getting ready to go into high school. And like the big thing is going into high school is like, oh, I'm gonna get bullied, or I'm going to get made fun of, and I don't I don't want to. For me, where I went to high school, and where I grew up, and they have like the factions of it. They have the popular crowd, and then um the not popular crowd, and the dorks, and the you guys know the cliques, or whatever you want to call them, the groups that hang out with each other in high school. And um oh so the anyways, I guess I'll talk about it. I don't want to get too oops. I don't want to get too into it. But with high school, like I was like going into freshman year. I have like let's see. I will start in where I went to school. There was like a separate school for fourth and fifth grade, and a separate school for sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, and then high school, which is freshman to senior. And I know a lot of schools, like some schools like around me, have like every single grade in one building, which I don't know if I can handle that. But anyways, so my I'll just start off in like about, oh, what, a dog? Um, yeah, because I have my TV muted, so I can't hear anything. So I need to watch out for these dogs. But I guess I'll just start off in the eighth grade. The God dang, I was I started dating a girl who went to the, like, the, I guess you could call it like the Catholic school. And that was also, I went to like a public middle school, and then there's also like a Catholic school, which is grades one through, or kinder. I don't know. I think it's K through 8. And anyways, like, yeah, I guess I don't even know how it began. I mean, I think it was just one of those, like, you know, middle school relationship things where, she was popular in that school and I was popular in my school. But, that we dated for about, probably till the end of, from the pretty much beginning of eighth grade year to the end of freshman year. And as in any other really normal teen, I guess you can say, I was going through a hard, not in terms of my relationship, but just a hard time period. Just, dealing with things, dealing with, like, as that time you have so many emotions, and it's kind of hard to keep track of them all. And um, it was like going with, I need to watch out for that car. Going with, depression and stuff. I don't need to get too personal with it, but anyway, what happened was we broke up, and it was, looking back on it, it was just, it was stupid. Um, in terms of, like, where, what happened. It was kind of like where yeah, I did like kind of lose my friends over it. Not because I mean, she kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's like with it wasn't, I mean, they were just like making out or whatever. It wasn't like, I consider cheating like when somebody's like, you know, I would use the word banging, or, just going anywhere past like whatever base, going to third base. I don't know how you guys, everybody has their bases different, but, um, and so anyways, like it was with my one of my really good friends. Not really at the time anymore because with every single relationship, still to this day, I need to. It's like one of my most common or my biggest flaws is I put all my eggs in a basket with this girl, and it's very hard. I don't know. It's like when I have a girlfriend, that's all I want to do. That's all I want to be with, and that's the reason I lost my friends, and I wasn't really interested in hanging out with them, and it pretty much, I don't want to. I guess it came back to bite me, but I I understand that now, and with a lot of those guys, went down. Oh crap! A lot of those guys went down a different path. I'm gonna see if I can. I'll just shoot them down. Usually I use predator missiles, but I'll just see if I can here. A lot of those guys went down a different path where they were in, starting to get in high school. You know what I mean? You start to get into the drinking and the drugs, and not really like hardcore drugs, but God dang it. All right, let's see if I don't blow this real quick. Um, yeah, but not like hardcore drugs. Like I consider hardcore drugs like meth and heroin. Not those kind of drugs, but definitely marijuana and oh no, that would have been bad. This is pretty funny because I'm like talking about both things and I'm trying to stay alive. But definitely marijuana and definitely alcohol. And I don't really condone, I don't really condone like using marijuana just in terms of what setting. I don't think marijuana should be used like where it's like habit. Um, but then again, I don't think like sophomores in high school should be using marijuana either. But that's not to say go out and do marijuana because I don't want to be that person who tells you to. But everybody has their own experiences in life. But my friend just went down a different path I did. And it wasn't so much as like I was like the weird dorky kid because like I still had friends, but it was definitely a hard time where I didn't really talk much, and um, just because I was just so uncomfortable with the situation. And all right, this is gonna be difficult. I'm gonna see if I can just get this, but he's uh. All right, let's see if I can do this here. um, okay, that's what it was. So yeah. Anyways, what we were talking about. Yeah, my friends went down a different path, and they started getting into like the drugs and stuff. And I think every like high school and college person will go through that once in their lives. This is gonna be just difficult. God dang it! Why didn't I keep that pistol? Okay, there we go. Uh, sorry about that. This is just kind of, it was frustrating. But my friends went down the different path I did, and like I was saying, it's like, did I have friends in high school? Yeah, I had a couple friends, but it wasn't like I had a lot of friends. Yeah, I kind of lost them all, and I blame that not. was it like kind of my friend's fault for doing that to me? And yeah, but I don't blame that on them because if I was in the same situation, yeah, who's to say I wouldn't have done the same thing? And but really, it's all about it's like I've said that's like my really my a huge belief I have where um, everything in life comes down to choices. Pretty much everything. No matter like if this god dang it this sentry gun. No matter if it's like do I switch lanes with my car? Do I you know what I mean? It's just everything. And I chose to put everything I had into this girl when I was such a at such a young age, and it kind of killed me. But I always say now, if it wasn't her, it would have been somebody else, and at a later time. So going through like the end of my freshman year, the beginning of my sophomore year, and I did have sports going on, but I played football and baseball, like I said, and sports are okay. I would recommend playing sports in high school just because it keeps you in shape. I don't know. I couldn't. Did I like going home after school in like the winter and doing nothing and playing games? Yeah, but I also would have been miserable if I just knew I wasn't doing anything. And so I mean, that was pretty much till junior year oh, where I was living life and I just wasn't happy with everything and um, just had a bad perspective on life. Not necessarily that I wanted it to be over with because I also have like a belief on that where that's like just completely selfish and I have too good of a family and too good of like even the friends I didn't have, they were too good of friends that I just didn't want to. I would never hurt them just because I was being selfish. And the one of the big things that like you really put me back in the game, I guess, not in terms of dating, but just in terms of like life. I mean, just getting over everything. It's like realizing that yeah, it is high school, and it's not that big of a deal if you have if you have these people that they've hurt you in the past, but now it's like if they want to be your friend, oh, it's okay. Because that's what high school is for me. It's like, yeah, if you have friends, the odds are you're not going to have those friends for your entire life. Like, I would probably, from high school, I probably have, in my grade, I probably have, I mean, overall, I probably have four good who I consider really good friends. Um, let's see, two. Yeah, probably about four, maybe five. And that's what'll happen. Like you'll go through college and you'll just realize, I have nothing really in common with these people besides the stories I can share with them in high school, and you guys will learn to accept. You just learn to accept it, and even when I see some of those people who I necessarily don't really get along with, I still have a good time talking with them. I tell you can tell stories, but it's just I don't know. I mean, everybody's in such a different area of their life that you look back on high school and it's like, was this worth it? Was that worth it? But remember what I was talking about. Um, I hope that Juggernaut does not trip over all these claymores. And if you guys haven't played Spec Ops yet, and you just start playing Spec Ops after this, a one Predator missile does take out a Juggernaut, so it's just worth it just to get it over with and not mess around. But anyways, what kind of like put me back in the game in high school was just kind of forgetting about everything, like forgetting and forgiving. And that's what I recommend because I wish I would have done it. So just saying, I am in high school. This is about having fun, and this is about you know just being friends with people, having a good time. Just going to sport. Playing sports, and you know what I mean. Exactly, just having a good time. But I kind of held grudges, and I really regret that. But what can you do? You can't go back, and so I just forgive and forgave and forgot and forgave. I guess was what I'm trying to say. And so I started dating another girl in high school who I really liked, and I still like. I wouldn't say I don't want Caitlin listens to all my videos, and I don't want to get like yelled at or anything. But I don't want to say I still have feelings for her, but I still care a lot about her to a great deal, and I definitely like wouldn't do anything for her. But if it jeopardizes my current relationship, when I say that, I mean like if she needed like a ride home from somewhere, or if she needed to talk, not in terms of like if she's like, oh, well, she's married now, but if she was like, you want to go on a date or something like that, that would be a different story. But it was also like the same situation where I went to Florida for spring break, and she went to a party, and I wouldn't categorize it as really cheating, but she was like just making out with this other dude, and it was just like it really hurt me at the time, and thinking about it still it hurts me. But um, I thought to myself, what should I do? Should I actually? She was the one who told me. Um, you know, sh- you have two paths. You have two choices. You can do the same thing that you did, your freshman sophomore year, where you just go into this shell and you know are completely this one man person, and you don't open yourself, and you've worked so hard on reopening yourself to everyone, and or like doing that, just closing yourself down, shutting down, or just brushing it off your shoulder and say this happened, but I'm still gonna be friends, and I'm happy and whatever. And at the time at the time it was like, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? And I chose just to do the opposite because I know how I was. I know how depressed I was, like my freshman year, and I didn't want to go through that again. Why would I go through that again when I'm 2 months away from going to college, and I'm never gonna not never gonna see most of these people again. But who cares about these people, because odds are I'm not going to school with not really any of these people, and they can think what they want. They're gonna be their own person someday too. And I guess what a lot of it was I think I'm not saying I'm definitely not um, the most mature of people, and a lot of that is like my humor. I think a lot of stuff is I think a lot of childish stuff is funny, and I like a lot of kid stuff, but I guess in terms of just thought process, that's what I'll say. In terms of thought process and, you know, accounting for my own actions in certain aspects of life, I would say I mature faster than a lot of my other friends. And I like that. I mean, I don't have any regrets about that. But oh, all right, come on. It's just that I wanted to do the opposite because I was so miserable at this time. I wanted, what would I be if I did the opposite? Would I be extremely happy? And it wasn't a it wasn't a it wasn't something where it wasn't the opposite in terms of I was extremely happy because it sucked going. Of course, it sucked going to school. You care so much, and I look back at it and it's like it's not like it wasn't really like all the high school. Oh, after dating after 3 weeks, it's like I love you, and that's high school. But it wasn't really that. Oh, it wasn't really that in terms of. Oh, I need to get out of here. It wasn't really that in terms of like a high school relationship where I had feelings, but I didn't really believe them. Um, I definitely had like really. I guess you could categorize it as like my first true love, but like I said, the guy actually it's pretty interesting because the guy she is currently she's married to is the guy that that happened with. So I look back on it for the best for both of us because if that wouldn't happen then she wouldn't be happy right now. And I guess if you feel deeply about somebody, all you really want is for them to be happy, and that's all. I guess that's all you can ask for. But we don't really talk anymore at all, and I think that's for the best because I don't I don't remember any bad times, and I think if I kept talking to her, I would just bring up like bad memories or something, and it's okay. You live and you learn, and everything happens for a reason, and I think it just makes you stronger in future relationships. And I take some traits from that in my current relationship with Caitlin, so that's always a good thing. And let's see, I wanted to talk about school and homework, and that's one thing where if I had to go back, I would really kind of concentrate on school a little bit more. I it wasn't that I was a if it's not that I guess I didn't really get super bad grades, but I was my senior year I probably finished with like I was like a straight C student. I know that's nothing to like brag about, but that's for me it's okay. Uh, and you know, coming from like a family, my dad it's a like an engineering school in Indiana. It's called Rose Holman. My dad's dad went to Rose Holman. My dad went to Rose Holman, and my brother went to Rose Holman. So I think part of it was growing up like saying, I'm never gonna be like them, and why should I even try? But I look back on it now, and that's one of my few regrets that I have is not really trying so much in school. But I did go to a school in Indiana. It's in Terre Haute. It's called Indiana State University, and I went there for 2 years, and it was pretty much the same situation. After my first year in school, I went to after my first year in school, I went to Europe for about a month and a week, and it pretty much changed my outlook. My grades my freshman year in school, in college actually, were really good. Like, there's nothing to complain about with them. Um, and I went to Europe, and it just changed my outlook on everything. Like, Their school system is so different. And this is good. Their school system, I would really like it over there. Everything's just different. It's a different country. It's like a different part of the world. So, um, it pretty much just changed my outlook. And I went back to school, not really wanting to go back, and my grades really showed, and I needed to take a break, and it just wasn't for me. So I pretty much took the next 3 or 4 months not really doing anything, and I ended up getting a job, like, waiting tables, and I really actually, at first I didn't really like it, but then I really grew to like it a lot, and that's where I met Caitlin, and Caitlin and I have been together for about almost in about I don't know 4 months, 4 or 5 months probably. We've been kind of officially together for 2 years. So who knows where that's gonna go? I don't want to say anything that'll make anybody mad, but I don't want to say anything that'll like put hopes. But no, Caitlin and I are pretty comfortable with everything. We're open about everything, and she wouldn't really get mad at that stuff. But one thing. So I was sorry. I was talking about school and how I wish I would have tried a little bit harder in terms of my grades. I was talking about I went to college, and oh, this is what I was going to go with. And in college, you think everybody thinks this. I'll answer any questions you guys want me to answer about college. In both retrospects, like in terms of classes and in terms of like partying and stuff. I was never really, and I'm still not, even when I am 21, the biggest party guy. I just don't like how it what it turns people into. I don't like the I don't like the stigma that you have to, if you're not doing this, you're not you're not cool or whatever. And I've always been like not necessarily, I guess the word would be like straight edge, because I'll have a few drinks every now and then, but I just don't think I don't need it to have I just don't need it to have fun. I'm one of those guys who, I don't really need it, but do I enjoy having a few drinks every now and then? Yeah, but I'm also 21. I don't, you know what I mean? um, but then again, everybody has to experience something eventually. And for you younger guys, I'm not condoning anything, but your parents would probably kill me, but you have to try things once in your life. So, um, and so about partying and stuff like that, wasn't the biggest partier, so that wasn't the reason my grades were down. But I guess lack of motivation would be the word. But in the end, if I wanted to go back to school, I could. I'm happy I don't serve anymore. I'm happy with my job now, which will probably be a different video. But I guess I can get into it real quick. I mean, if you guys have questions about it, I can do a video on it. So you probably heard me talk about Rollo, and Rollo is my dog, and Rollo's military trained, just like you have like a bomb dog or a drug dog, but she is trained specially for bed bugs. And if you guys don't know about bed bugs, you can Google it or something like that. But they're pretty nasty stuff. But she's trained for bed bugs, so I guess you could say I'm kind of in the pest control business. But some days are slow, some days aren't, which is why I really enjoy this YouTube stuff, where it gives me that chance to post videos for you guys, and it gives me everything that, it gives me those free days. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, shit. Uh, yeah, in these live commentaries, you guys are gonna find that I just I just curse a lot more. I've actually been trying to hold back on it this game, just because you guys have probably heard me talk about it before. I don't really like cursing in my videos because, as far as I know, the internet is going to last forever. Um, maybe it's something like like a baseball card or something I passed down to my kid one day, and my kid will take over my channel. But it's kind of like that where if when I have my family and they're old enough to learn everything, and even like little cousins or something like that, I don't want them to come to my channel and have me sitting there dropping all these f bombs and stuff, and that's pretty much my logic on it. And I know a lot of people don't mind the language, and I know a lot, or even if your parents are, watching they're in the other room listening to the commentary. I don't want to be like, f off this stupid ass. Xbox has too much of that, and um, you don't really need that stuff. It's not like it makes you cooler or anything like that. So let's see here. What is it? This level? Oh boy. Level 20. 3 juggernauts. Alright. That was probably a mistake, but yeah, I didn't get anybody with it. Anyways, I'll try and pick up where I was. Talking about college, talking about my job, talking about drugs and language, and my future. What you guys always ask me, it's like, would you want to do this for a living? Like, I don't think I would ever, like, I would always try and have like a second job or something like that, just because I think I would be like kind of miserable. Um, did I only get one there? Oh my god. If I kind of just sat around, I'm one of those people who kind of needs to be a little active. But I do consider video games to be active because I get so into it. Um, but just if I had any recommendations for the younger kids, would be just to enjoy everything that you do, really, and don't make things too don't make things too serious. All right, I don't want to dick around with this because if he downs me, then I don't want to waste it just because I wanted to shoot him. But an achievement is to knife a juggernaut. Oh, there he goes. So that would be an achievement, but I already got it. So, um, and speaking of achievements, I've been having trouble if you guys have done the achievements, and I've already seen a YouTube video for it, but I try everything they do, and I still can't get it. It's that like kill 9 people with the strafe run or whatever. I don't know what mission it is in, but it pisses me off. I've probably done it. I've probably tried it about 15 times and I haven't gotten it. So it leads me to believe that it's kind of glitched. Oh, alright, this is starting to get a little bit more difficult. I need to try and get a sight on this thing. Oh man, this is taking forever too to down people. AC. What do I have? The ACR? That's almost downing people faster than. I'll pick up this FAD though. Um. Okay, sorry, I was just kind of commentating there, but yeah, I mean high school. I guess it would be don't take it too seriously, as I think that's what I said, and also just don't don't really put all. I know everybody says it's like all about who's who in high school and all about who you're dating and who you're with, but just don't worry about that. It's like you don't need to. If it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Um, it's not like the all the cool kids are the ones who are, it may seem like that, but it's not. Just be who you are, and obviously good things should happen. Uh oh, there we go. Obviously good things should happen and will happen. Um, I've actually been unlucky in Spec Ops, and they kind of remind me of it there. I got a red dot, and I have that one. Let's see, let me do this real quick. I'll put a red dot on that one too. But yeah, in Spec Ops, like I've went through all these, and not all of them, but two of the times I was on like what I think it was like wave 20. Actually, I think it was the wave 21 or the three juggernauts or something like that, where I got down, but it's like I have to kill a juggernaut, so it's like impossible. And let's see, all right, I'm gonna get sandwiched here, so I gotta pick a route. And actually, something I haven't been doing is planting claymores, and that's something I recommend. But if you guys actually also, I haven't been buying the Delta squads. So I'm actually been doing pretty good just by sitting here talking. But if you guys have any questions, I mean, and if you don't want to ask them, I'd be more than happy to answer. Like I try and answer everybody who sends me like a personal message on YouTube. And so if you guys are like too shy or too you don't want to ask a specific question, if it's like about like girls or sex or something, go ahead and just send me a message, and I feel more than comfortable answering those questions for you guys, because I think a lot of a lot of a lot of YouTube people should work on that. Like interacting with their subscribers more. And I know a lot of the big ones, like they just don't have time for it, which I do. I definitely understand. Um, but that's something I'm always gonna try and do, is stay in touch with my, what would I call it, like fan base. Um, that feels kind of weird saying, but I guess that's what it is. And like if or even if you guys have any questions about school or anything like that, just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to. Oh crap! I'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you. So don't be shy. But if you do, oh what? I didn't even get downed. So don't be shy. But if you do find yourself in that situation, please send me a message. I'd be more than happy to answer everything. So I did record this live. I hope it turned out okay. I don't know when I'm going to upload this. Probably over the weekend as like a Saturday video special. And my next commentary will be on Sunday. So I hope you guys liked it. Wave 23. I don't know if I've gotten past Wave 23 by myself or with somebody, but I guess I'll look at it here. Best Wave 23, 23, 18 there, 23, 21. I think that was the only one I've done so far. So I guess 23 is the magic number I have to beat. But if you guys haven't played Spec Ops yet, it's pretty fun just to mess around and take a break from multiplayer. So looks like we're coming on about 39 minutes and 30 seconds here. If any of you guys have made it this far, toss a comment or toss a thumbs up on the video. Let me know you made it this far. So I almost have to rehydrate after this. My voice is gonna take a beating. But tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and hope you guys. I haven't checked out my comments on my Thanksgiving video yet, but I hope you guys are enjoying that. And if you guys, I mean, I will say thanks for if you've made it this far, but I also want to say thanks again for for watching my videos. It's kind of just reflecting on everything in the past couple of weeks, and it's just kind of blown me away with the support that everybody's given me. So thanks again, guys, and of course, I will see you guys next time. Bye.